Hello there everyone, how about we watch Power Rangers vs Voltron Death Battle? Alright, I wasn't around the era of Power Rangers. I never got into the series, at least not too much. And Voltron, I never had an interest in. But I do know a decent amount about them because of a fellow YouTube friend, Jaruj, who I guess I can put in that little eye in the corner there because annotations are going to die soon. He made his own huge prediction video. I never have time to research that much, so I just watched that, got a somewhat decent sense of the characters. So, the big question here, above all else, is the Megazord versus Voltron. And as far as that goes, from the way I see it at the moment, Voltron is just too big, too strong, and too fast for the Power Rangers and the Megazord to handle. The Power Rangers aren't necessarily used to fighting fast opponents, and honestly, if it was a battle between each of the individual mechs, it would be even more skewed in the Voltron Lion Force's favor, since each of the Lions is way too fast for a Power Ranger to be able to handle it on their own. So ultimately, from everything that I've seen and heard, I do believe that Voltron will almost undoubtedly be the winner of this fight. But that choice isn't up to us, it's up to these guys, and I might get it right, I might get it wrong. I don't know, but either way, let's start our show.
Hey Mark.
Hey Mr. J.
So I know doing all this merch marketing, like these 3 awesome Death Battle t-shirts, can get kind of stressful. So we added some new office amenities that I think will help take the edge off. Like the new office jacuzzi.
Yeah, no thanks. You ever smelled a wet sloth before?
Alright, maybe a relaxing massage then.
Yeah, I got a fair hands.
Alright, how about a nice hot sauna?
It's a fucking toast oven, Chad.
I'm Mark Slothman, and now I got the sexiest shirt in the market, Death Battle shirts. You wear this, you're gonna find yourself in a sex battle. I don't know what that is, but I know you'll love it, okay? Now click the link below and buy this shirt, or they're gonna eat me.
It's finally time for one of the biggest matchups in Death Battle history.
Yeah, the giant robot fight of all giant robot fights.
The Megazord, the heavy-hitting...
This is one that's been hyped up for a while, I know that.
And Voltron, the defender of the universe, piloted by 5 paladins.
For this matchup, there will be no Dragon Zords, no Galaxy Garrisons, no Robot Brachiosaurus, and no mice.
Just
What?
a good old 5v5 war of the giant robots. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright.
Since the dawn of time, good has battled the forces of evil. The vicious witch Rita Repulsa and her giant monsters waged war with the good-natured galactic sage Zordon.
Their 2,000-year war finally ended when Rita zapped him into a time warp. But not before Zordon managed to lock her up in a space dumpster?
Yes, apparently that thing is a space dumpster.
A space
more accurately,
dumpster.
A galactic recycling bin.
Why?
However, Zordon knew it was only a matter of time before Rita escaped to conquer Earth once more.
Good thing Zordon had thousands of years to come up with a foolproof plan. He could summon the 5 greatest warriors from around the galaxy to defend the planet. Or...
Teleport to us 5 overbearing and over-emotional humans.
No, not that.
What? Wait, he purposefully...
That plan is
Why?
asinine, but somehow it worked.
Why?
Zordon granted 5 teenagers the ability to draw power from a dimension called the Morphin Grid. This molecular transmutation turns them into superhumans with access to mighty mechanical beasts called Zords, becoming the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Mastodon!
Pterodactyl!
Triceratops!
Saber-tooth tiger!
Tyrannosaurus!
Power Rangers!
Go, go, Power Rangers! First, there's Jason Lee Scott, the Red Ranger. He's a fearless leader, expert martial artist, and owns one of the coolest Zords of the bunch, the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Billy Cranston, the Blue Ranger, is the genius of the group, He loves to work with machines, especially
So very
his impressive
short
Triceratops
analysis.
sword. With its grappling hook horns, this 100
But I suppose it's something.
Stop a foe in its tracks.
Trini Kwan, the
It would probably
Yellow
take way too
Ranger,
long
is
if they
equal parts
went
brains
over
and
each
martial
one
arts specialist. She's a threat
in
both
depth.
outside and inside her speedy saber-toothed tiger Zord.
Kimberly Ann Hart, the Pink Ranger, is a smack-talking valley girl who has the skies covered in her pterodactyl Zord, which can fly at 2.5 times the speed of sound.
Last but not least, there's Zach Taylor, the Black Ranger, who's mastered his own fighting style called hip-hop judo.
Oh boy.
Yep, this guy fights aliens with the power of dance, along with his mastodon Zord.
Oh,
Although
that's
slow,
silly.
the Zord can freeze blast enemies with ice, or saran wrap if you're short on budget.
Close
But when
enough.
5 giant mechanical beasts aren't enough to keep the villains down, these machines join together to...
For just the coolest friggin' thing you've ever seen in your life!
Power Rangers, bring them together.
It is pretty cool. I never grew up with Power Rangers, but
the
it is pretty
Megazord,
cool.
A 333-foot colossus with enough power to effortlessly tear down buildings, sometimes unintentionally. All 5 Rangers pilot the Megazord as one, combining their own martial arts skills to defeat giant monsters.
It's like a giant rock'em sock'em robot with laser beams. It can fry enemies with its cranial laser, blast fireballs from its hands, shoot immobilizing beams from its eyes, and even use the mastodon's face as a shield. And when it's time to send
Just
someone
uses
to an
its
early
entire
grave,
face.
they summon their blade ex machina, the Power Sword.
It is funny.
Little known fact, simply touching the Power Sword can recharge the
Yep.
Megazord if it's low on power.
It's not just a battery. This giant sword is over 100 feet long and orbits the Earth when not in use. Plus, it can launch energy waves and cut down almost any monster with just one swing.
And there's even more. It's a surprisingly versatile weapon, like with this feature they implemented against the Nasty Knights.
Any energy we throw at him, he just reflects back at us. That's why our weapons are burned out.
So what do we do about it?
Reflect his energy back at him, along with a bit of our own.
I don't
Wait.
get it.
Apparently, the Power Sword can absorb oncoming kinetic energy and turn it against the attacker.
I guess that's a thing.
drastically increasing the Megazord's striking power.
Well, after pummeling monsters every weekday afternoon, the Power Rangers have been through almost everything. From fighting a world-destroying dragon to a giant walking pumpkin. Ooh,
A pumpkin?
Ooh, you Rangers make me mad! Waking me up with a rap that bad!
They've even fought Kimberly's purse.
Man, these villains were getting desperate. And so were the writers.
Anyway, the Megazord is strong enough to lift and throw the 170-ton Dragon Zord into a mountain with little effort.
So long, Gay Bowser!
Even the individual Zords can support the weight of whole monsters on their own. While many of these monsters should weigh similar to the Megazord, some certainly weigh even more. In fact, in a general scale, when you double the size of an object, its weight increases by a factor of 8. Comparing these organic monsters to human beings means some of them could weigh as much as 10,000 tons.
And the Megazord even gut punched
okay.
one of them over 100 feet into the
That's
Assuming that monster is 10,000 tons, lifting at 133 feet would require about 90 million newtons of force. 50 times as much force
That's
as
a bit-
space shuttle's launching thrust.
air. That kind of strength, I bet you could
That's a bit
backbeat
odd.
person into outer space.
That's oddly specific.
Strange, wasn't it?
Oh my god, they made that joke in Deadpool vs. Deathstroke. It's going to happen in the fight. They're going to backhand them into outer space.
With Cyclopsis, a Warzord designed to conquer entire worlds.
But even for the Power Rangers, defending the Earth is no small job. When they least expect it, the Megazord's energy supply can be quickly exhausted in the middle of combat.
And it doesn't help that half the reason is because they just get hit so damn much. Despite the Megazord's awesome power, it's really lacking in the whole maneuverability department. I mean, come on! It can at least try to avoid an attack.
But when the enemy hits hard, the Power Rangers hit back even harder. With the fate of the world lying in their hands, no one can ever take them down.
Bring him down!
I like that fake. He literally just jumped backwards. I suppose that's the charm of early
From
shows.
days days of
I don't
long
actually
ago,
know when
from
it was.
uncharted regions of the universe
80s?
comes
I don't know.
a legend.
In less cryptic terms, 1,200 years ago, the evil Drool Empire nearly conquered the entire known universe. But not everybody was cool with fleets of ships shooting up their planets, so a team of scientists and magic priests decided to fight back.
Through the marriage of magic and technology, they forged a 300-foot-tall living automaton, so powerful that it single-handedly pushed back the Empire's onslaught. Before long, the whole universe had heard of the mechanical knight known as Voltron.
Pissed that he was losing everything because of some space robot, the Empire's King Zarkon ordered a space witch to kill Voltron with a magic space spell. And it kinda worked.
So many
Instead
space
of being
spells.
destroyed, Voltron was split up into 5 very merchandisable robot lions.
Divided and stripped of its sentience, the universe's best hope had fallen.
Until 5 space explorers crash-landed on Eris, the exact same
Why are
planet the
teams of
Lions
5
just
so
happened to be
popular in
hiding
media?
on. Destiny or
That
some
and teams
crap
of
led
3.
them to the castle where the Princess Allura gave them a life-changing opportunity. Pilot the long-lost lions and go around saving the universe for a living.
Keith Cogain is the head of the Lion Force in more ways than one. As leader of the team, he commands his cohorts, and he pilots the Black Lion, the literal head of Voltron.
Lance McClane is the Han Solo of the group. This hot-headed show-off controls the Red Lion, which forms Voltron's right arm.
Tsuyoshi Garrett, better known as Hunk, is the muscle of the team. He pilots the Yellow Lion, which forms Voltron's left leg.
The Blue Lion is piloted by Sven Holgersson. Oh, he did.
Yeah.
The Blue Lion is piloted by Princess Allura herself, taking over after the original pilot got a bad case of stabbing. Her lion forms Voltron's right leg.
Last up is Daryl Stoker. You can call him Pidge. Pidge pilots the Green Lion, Voltron's left arm.
And he's also, well, a little unhinged.
Pitch! Get rid of that grenade!
At least his outfit matches his lion's colors. I mean, damn, it's not that hard, people.
And when all 5 lions combine, Voltron lives again.
Activate Mega Thrusters! Form feet and legs, form arms and body, and I'll form the head.
You ever think about how the pilots stay in the head?
Shows are sometimes just really
That has to
cringy.
be, like, ridiculously nauseating.
Oh, undoubtedly. That's probably why they usually travel by flight and prefer long-range combat over hand-to-hand.
Speaking of which, Voltron got busy fighting Zarkon's giant roe-beasts and saving the universe with a huge assortment of weapons. Voltron can shoot stingray missiles and even pillars of flame out of its hands and feet, or blast the lion heads off like rockets.
They didn't actually
It can
go
stun
over the
enemies
lions
with ion
themselves,
dark
so I
lasers
doubt
from
that
its
they'll
head,
actually
or
have
use
much,
the Electro Force cross attack from its chest.
I guess,
On Keith's command, the Lion Force
to
can
do with this
manifest
fight. They
Voltron's
won't have
most
much to do with
powerful
this
weapons
fight.
out of thin air. Everything from spinning laser blades to javelins to nunchucks.
But the real showstopper is the almighty Blazing Sword.
Form Blazing Sword.
With this blade, Voltron can slice through most roe-beasts like jello and dish out the Starfire attack, which splits roe-beasts apart and also makes a friggin' tornado for good measure.
The Blazing Sword can also conduct electricity to recharge Voltron itself.
Why are all these swords also batteries?
The Blazing Sword is enormously powerful, capable of destroying a satellite hundreds of times larger than Voltron. Voltron himself is powerful enough to melt meteors, kick giant machines sky high, and tank explosions the size of countries.
The Voltron Lions have even traveled between galaxies in less than a day, making them several times faster than the speed of light.
Voltron has also survived landing on the Omega Comet, which is so dense it possesses the gravitational force of a black hole.
that
Okay,
doesn't
that
really
all
make
sounds
much sense,
insane,
but yeah.
But even giant robot
All right.
man lions have their limits, like getting ganged up on by multiple roe-beasts at once, or getting stabbed and sliced open. But black hole levels of gravity, that's a cakewalk, right?
Voltron may be strong, but it lacks the finesse and skill of one trained in martial arts. Voltron also carries a shocking design flaw. If the release plates on its joints are struck in combat, it could jettison an entire limb from the core body.
Wait. You're telling me that if I kick Voltron, freaking Voltron, in the shins hard enough, he'll just lose a leg, it'll just pop right off?
Essentially, yes, though it has only happened in training. Even so, whether the Lion Force is up against a technical issue or a colossal robeast, the universe can always depend on Voltron.
I do still think Voltron will win. I feel like they're kind of downplaying what he can do. I don't know. If I were watching this without having seen anything else prior, I would say Megazord at this point. Maybe. I mean, there is still the satellite thing.
Let's fix that.
Oh my god.
With easy to follow instructions.
Plus the ingredients. Right now, it's time for a death battle!
Alright.
Scanners on, team. Seems the prehistoric activity originates here.
Finally! If I don't see a dinosaur today, I'm blaming you.
Quiet, Les. I'm picking up something.
Power Rangers!
Oh, that's...
Hello! We need dinosaur power now!
That's kind of odd, but okay.
Huh? What's happening?
I think I found the dinosaurs.
All right, Rangers, plug off!
Zach here. This is Kickin'. This is Billy. All systems go.
Trini reporting, ready to rock. I love this part. Let's tame these kittens.
For Voltron!
I hope that once they actually form Voltron and the Megazord, it amps up.
Form arms and body. And I'll form the head.
Megazord battle mode!
Okay, yeah, it does look better now. Wait, what? Well, that's inaccurate. Like, entirely so. The Megazord is smaller than Voltron.
Form spinning laser blades.
Alright, let's ignore inconsistencies because this looks really cool, actually.
We need the power sword now!
Cut! Stay down! Let's show them how it's done! Yeah! It's a sword!
Seriously. Form blazing sword.
Matt Pat as the leader is kind of weird, but okay.
Isn't this usually the part where we win?
I seriously do find it weird, though.
Wait! The sword!
I seriously do find it weird how they made the Megazord bigger than Voltron. This is pretty cool, though.
Dixon, look! He's wide open!
Pitch! No! Alright, guys, let's finish it!
We need to move! Get away!
Oh my god.
Quick, redirect the energy.
It's too much!
Ah, that was cool.
KO! Now that's what I call a battle!
There's a good reason why Voltron is the defender of the universe. While the Megazord boasted
Wait, so
abilities in hand-to-hand
did one of the Voltron
combat,
forces die?
Voltron couldn't go down so easily.
Voltron's huge arsenal put it ahead, especially in long range. Even when the Megazord could get in close, it couldn't keep up with Voltron's blazing speed. I mean, Voltron travels between galaxies in a matter of hours, and it can fly.
The Megazord once punched a monster weighing at most 10,000 tons 133 feet into the air.
Speaking of which, that didn't actually happen. I'm confused by the joke now.
Nearly 1,900 feet up. Despite Voltron's monster weighing less than the Megazord's, this is still a more impressive feat. Comparing weight and distance traveled for both feats, Voltron's requires at least 5.5 times more strength.
Plus, Voltron clearly had the superior durability, especially with that black hole comet feat.
The Omega Comet's pole could destroy entire planets within 62 miles of itself, which means the comet could output forces of over 13 sextillion newtons.
The Megazord couldn't survive anything close to that level of power. We can prove it. Later in Power Rangers history, they upgraded their mech to the Thunder Megazord, which is specifically stated to be more powerful than the original Megazord in every way.
The new Zords will serve you well.
Once mastered, your Zords will reveal even greater powers.
When this new Megazord fought against a giant Zord called Serpentera, which at full power could destroy planets, a single blast from it easily tore the Thunder Megazord apart. And that blast didn't even use half of Serpentera's power.
Voltron outclassed the Megazord.
Okay, so once they got into the actual big mechs...
Trust me, I'm not lying.
The winner is
my
Voltron.
god. Once we got into the big mechs, it was pretty cool.
Don't go away, we're about to reveal who's fighting in the next episode. And if you
The initial animation was really weird,
episode,
especially like how they did the Lion Force. Anyway, next time.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, Natsu. And... Oh. You know, it's actually been a while since we've gotten both combatants in the same Next Time trailer. I suppose I should be happy about that. And that is one that I know quite a few people were looking forward to. As far as the fight itself, it was really good. I'm surprised that... I'm surprised that someone died during this. I mean, I expected the Power Rangers to die, but, like, someone on the Lion Force died. That's a surprise to me. Or maybe he didn't die, maybe he was fine, but the limb fell off. I don't know. I don't really know. Either way, it was a good fight. I was almost certain from the start that Voltron would win. I was kind of worried with that punching the monster up into the air feat because, you know, it was very iffy math that they used, but ultimately it didn't matter either way. So, am I looking forward to Natsu versus Ace? Not particularly, but again, I know people who are much more into anime than I am. So, I'm sure they're really, really looking forward to it. Well, I don't really have anything else to say for this video, so if you liked it, you can leave a like. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. If you want to see more videos like this in the future from me, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you in the next video.